Dak Prescott is a bum, Mike McCarthy is a failure in the league, and none of those things are true.
Welcome in to the fifth quarter. Claudette Montana, Robin Lundberg here with you to break down some of the top storylines from NFL Sunday Week 9. We got to start with the Dallas Cowboys, who came very close to beating the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, but fell short. Robin, kind of seems like the Cowboys are always falling short in these big games against big-time opponents. What is holding them back?
Yeah, the answer is I don't know, which I guess is a problem for the Cowboys. Let me put it this way first. Dallas is very good, right? And the way they get covered and talked about is to the extreme. So anytime they mess up, it's, Cowboys. Dak Prescott is a bum. Mike McCarthy is a failure in the league. And none of those things are true. But it's hard to win in the National Football League. And what I think is that the Cowboys are very good at a lot of spots, but not great at most of them. Mike McCarthy is a very good coach. Would I consider him a great coach? Probably not. Dak Prescott is a very good quarterback. He's been playing very good football of late. Is he a great quarterback? Nah, he's a notch below Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, those type of guys. And when you have the game on the line and you need to punch it in, sometimes you're going to need that greatness. So I think that the Cowboys are solid across the board. Micah Parsons is a beast, but they're just a little bit below elite. And ultimately, that's the difference between being very good and being great.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is a beast. They have a lot of good pieces, right? Their defense is great. Dak Prescott played well yesterday. They just got to finish in those games. And in this league where you're playing a good team, the defending NFC champs like the Philadelphia Eagles, you got to be able to limit your mistakes and make the most of your opportunities, and they didn't do that in the final stretch yesterday.
Meanwhile, CJ Stroud is winning in Texas for another team there that doesn't get nearly as much attention as the Dallas Cowboys. Set a rookie record for passing yards in a win over the Bucs. So Claudette, CJ Stroud is...
This is not a super original word, but I'm going to say that he's just really impressive. 470 passing yards yesterday, 5 touchdowns, set a new NFL record. He kind of looks like he should have been the number 1 overall pick right now. And hey, he impressed Baker Mayfield yesterday as well, too. After the game, Baker said he's not playing like an NFL rookie. He looks like a polished NFL QB. So that's my word.
CJ Stroud is a franchise changer. That's what he is. CJ Stroud is a franchise changer. He's changing a few franchises. One, the Houston Texans, who now matter. I've never thought about the Texans, never really cared at all about the Texans. I picked him up on my fantasy team earlier in the season, and now I'm interested in Texans games. He was brilliant in that one. 46 seconds left, leading them to the win. The other franchise he changed is the Carolina Panthers, because I don't think it's a maybe. They should have taken Stroud with the number 1 pick. That doesn't mean Bryce Young is a complete bust or a failure or anything like that. But I believe I've seen enough to know he's not going to be what C.J. Stroud has already proven to be, which is currently a top 10 quarterback in the league.
All right, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. These two teams played each other in Germany, a nice little international game. Dolphins fell short. What did this loss say about the team?
Well, it says the Dolphins are frauds. When it really comes down to it, they're an entertaining team. They're a good team. They've got a lot of things that are fun to watch. Mike McDaniel is an entertaining coach, a likable coach. Tyreek Hill is unlike anything we've ever seen at the wide receiver position. But when the going gets tough, they're not able to adapt to getting punched in the mouth. That's when that video game controller offense gets unplugged. Tua Tagovailoa is a really good quarterback on schedule. You take him off schedule, he's not going to improvise. What makes his game is timing, accuracy. He's not going to take off and run and make things happen. He's not going to make things out of nothing that aren't there. That they lost a little bit with the injury in the running game earlier this year, but I don't think it's a coincidence. Every time they face a real team, they come up short. And this isn't, the smallest sample size in the world anymore. I think it's 3 games this year. But you're going back more than a calendar year since they beat a team with a winning record. The Bills, I believe, in September of 2022. So in order to win the Super Bowl, you're going to have to beat several of those teams consecutively. Until I see that from the Dolphins, I can't take them seriously.
I mean, we're really going to call them frauds, though, after we were just talking about Tyreek Hill being a potential MVP candidate a couple of weeks ago. I don't think
I still think he is, by the way. I still think Tyreek Hill is. I think those two things don't have to, contradict each other.
Okay, so I think that they're still a really great team. They have a lot of good pieces, obviously talented players, Tua, Tyreek. But as you mentioned, the last time they beat a winning team was Week 3 of 2022. This season, they've lost to the Bills, Eagles, and the Chiefs. They want to hang with the big dogs. They got to be able to win some of those games. So the facts are the facts.